All right, happy Monday. Hopefully everyone's doing good. Right now, my window is open. Little stuffy, little allergies are kicking. It's kicking me hard right now. So hopefully everyone, wherever you are, having a great day. And remember, if you're not having a great day, tomorrow is a brand new day. Not to mention tomorrow is Taco Tuesday. Okay, so we're gonna dive right into this one. This is probably going to be a relatively shorter video. If you are enjoying these style of videos, please thumbs it up. Think about subscribing for future content. We're going to be talking a little bit about Palantir straight off the bat. Then we'll move into SoFi. I was actually talking to a friend of mine over the weekend, and he doesn't own any shares of SoFi, but he knows all about it. He sees commercials for them all the time, let alone I see commercials for SoFi all the time as well, too. And I asked him, I'm like, hey, would you ever use any of their product or services? It's funny because he said he would rather use their service more than buy the stock. I, on the other hand, am the really other way around. Do I have a SoFi account? I do. Am I using it as my main bank? I'm not. The reason why I don't is because the bank that I'm using is actually a military related bank. I have a military background, so I do get a lot of discounts that SoFi just really can't necessarily. Actually, you want to know what? I got to double check on that. That's actually a very good video topic. Yeah, hold that thought for another video. I gotta double check on that because I may have to move my bank if SoFi. But the point being is that I, on the other hand, am a SoFi bull. But it's not bad if someone is willing to use their services rather than buy the stock price. Because obviously, if more people use SoFi services, the stock price is going to go up because their company is going to go up as well, too. If no one's using their service, well, then we have a terrible company and we have a, okay stock price. I mean, that's like a penny stock. And if you've been following me for a while, last year I was covering a horrendous penny stock. That's what happens. But companies like SoFi, Palantir, definitely not penny stock related. Today, Palantir is going to be reporting earnings. A lot of people are really scared. I, on the other hand, I actually currently don't have any shares in Palantir. I've been in and out of Palantir like a mother humper. I traded Palantir when it was in the teens, and then I sold in the mid-20s. I mean, I got like a 40% return, which was phenomenal. It was about a $10,000 position. So, yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I made a little over $4,000, which, I mean, for a short period of time, I was holding it for under 5 months. $4,000 in under 5 months on a position like that, for a trader, hence word trader, it's not bad. But if I was a, let's say, long-term investor, which I wish I was, don't get me wrong, I'd be looking at, well, let me just say this, that $10,000 would be, it would be a lot. You're talking about well over six figures. So I'm really hoping SoFi does something very similar. A lot of people are saying it will, but it's going to take longer, maybe in the next 5 years, and that's awesome if it does. I have SoFi shares in the, I have a very big position in the $7 range. Then I have a decent sized position in the $12 range. Palantir, I actually got, the last time I got back in Palantir was on Liberation Day dip. All the way back in April. And I mean, I ended up making money. I ended up selling around this area. I definitely sold way too soon. But it is what it is. So many people have been in the same boat with Palantir because this stock is just on a complete tear. You're talking it's a lot of times growth companies like these, they go on a multi-year tear. And just looking at the moving averages, the 50, 100, 200, and right now all these candlesticks represent one day. So all these are just one day. The big thing about Palantir is that it's going to be harder and harder to keep going up. And anytime the market or something around Palantir, like a hit piece comes out, I believe back in August, a hit piece, a short piece came out about Palantir, and the stock sold off. So anytime that something negative comes out, the stock is going to pull back. A lot of people can argue it's great buying opportunities. I'm a Palantir bull, but you got to look at all different angles. It's just the valuation is just so insane. So much is priced in. I could be dead wrong, and the stock could very well be going to $300 over the next couple years without a massive pullback. And to be honest, I hope I am wrong, because I would love for other people to continue making money. If other people are doing good, I'm doing good. But I will say that if this stock does, for whatever reason, pull back to the 200, and the crazy thing about Liberation Day is that we did not even touch the 200. But if this stock pulls back to the 200, for me and my money, I'm getting in. I will be getting in to a decent sized position. For me, decent sized position is anywhere between maybe 7,500 and maybe like 12,500. That's a decent sized position for me. Obviously, I'm not going in it all at once. If we break the 100-day moving average, probably start nibbling on in, and then if we keep going down and down and down, then I'll get more aggressive. But I mean, this stock has not. The most incredible thing is that you look at the course of going back now to August of 24, so over a year ago. It feels like just yesterday, but we have not touched the 200 until the Japan carry trade debacle. Otherwise, we were really riding the 200. You're going all the way back since May of 23. We've just been riding using the 200 essentially as support. Support here, essentially. We didn't even touch the 200, but we got close. And then we used the 200. But it was also earnings. Their earnings were kick-ass. So that also boosted the stock up as well, too. More kick-ass earnings. We didn't even touch the 200-day. And now the 200-day is so far off the lows on Liberation Day, it's just not even funny. So Palantir needs to continue their growth rates, and as long as they do, this stock is just going to keep going higher and higher and higher. And like I said, I really do. If Palantir continues to soar, it's going to keep propelling the market as well, and it's going to keep making this AI bubble even greater. So as for SoFi, this week is earnings week. A lot of big companies are reporting. SoFi, we already crushed earnings. We already had our little mini sell-off that we always get after earnings. We always get like a drop after earnings. The technical analysis is still looking beautiful. We are still above the 50, above the 100, and definitely well above the 200. As long as this week goes well with earnings, Palantir comes in good. I believe we have a number of other companies. Let me transition over to Stock Titan very quickly. Stock Titan is phenomenal. Let's go ahead and see. So no news on SoFi, and honestly, SoFi is probably not going to be dropping any news anytime soon. They're just going to be trading with the broader market. As long as stocks going up, SoFi is going to be trending higher. If the economy starts getting hit, obviously SoFi is going to be hit as well too. One more thing before I close out Stock Titan. This is very important. Short interest on SoFi keeps dropping. That's really bullish. Okay, as you see, the short interest back in November of last year was very identical to June of this year. We had a good dip, but then we started creeping up, and we've just been falling. So this is very bullish. The fact that month over month we are still declining, not as much as we are declining from June, but you're seeing every 2 weeks we are still on a decrease, so we can go down. Maybe we can get down closer to 90 million relatively soon. But yeah, that it just every single thing on SoFi right now is just looking good. We just gotta get past this earnings. Let's go ahead and pull up the chart here. Let's see. I'm on NASDAQ right now. Okay. This is good. Very, very good. Very, very good. Okay, so earnings calendar. We got Palantir today. Market cap almost. This is just crazy. If the stock goes up like 5% today, this stock is going to be it's $500 billion for a market cap. That's insane. So today, Palantir is going to be heavily looked at. Tomorrow, you got Advanced Micro their nickname used to be Advanced Money Destroyer. You got AMD. I do want to start making content on AMD because I am also an AMD bull. Shop, Uber, very, very important companies as well too. A lot. I mean, just you're talking various companies above 100 bill. TM, we're going to be getting really good at McDonald's is going to be good. So all these companies here, Robinhood's going to be really big too. All these companies are going to tell us how the economy is doing. And it's also going to alleviate some stress on the Federal Reserve. And that's really, really good. There's no earnings. So by the end of this week, we should have a good understanding more about this economy, because we're going to get a lot of various tech along with just overall, like, hey, how is the consumer doing? I really think it's going to be not as bad as people are thinking it will be, which is just going to make SoFi just continue to trend higher. And going into next quarter, as long as we don't hit a brick wall, something geopolitical happens, something nonsense related, the Federal Reserve or the labor, as long as we don't get into something too ridiculous. Last quarter to this one, SoFi went up by 27%. Let's go ahead and call it even at like 25%. And then if you go back to the previous quarter, what is going on here? Trading View, you have screwed me again. Okay, here we go. So if you go back to the previous quarter, and we go all the way back to April, going into July, the stock went up by 75%. But if we just use a solid 25% that we are growing essentially per quarter from the high that we just had up until the next quarter, going into next earnings into January, I mean, 25%, that is a $40 stock. You want to even be a little more conservative. Let's say, okay, let's go 20%. That is right below 40. So there is a lot of upside. I mean, hell, even if we get to 15%, we are in the high 30s, which is insane. On my second account, you're talking a percent gain. On my Weeble account, my average is 1278. If we go ahead and push all the way up there, and there's a lot of people holding in the tens and the 12s. It's like you're up over 200%, and then on my main account, I'm past like 400%. It's unbelievable. These companies have the ability to just do a lot of good, and yeah, it's going to be interesting times. So to wrap up this Monday's video, Palantir's earnings can definitely affect the market. Let's hope they crush it. They relatively should, unless something. And Alex Karp has done a phenomenal job. He's learned how to play Wall Street, where you come in early, you come in a little under the first quarter out of the year, and then you keep progressing up and up and up. And that's what Wall Street likes to see. Wall Street likes to see the first quarter be relatively low, and then you beat on the second quarter, on the third quarter you beat, and then on the fourth quarter you continue beating. That's what the people love seeing, and that's what Alex Karp has been delivering. All right. Hope everyone is having a great day. If you're not, like I said, no worries. Tomorrow is a brand new one. Let's all see what happens after Palantir's earnings. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow with a brand new update. Later.